How rich is rich? For most of us, as simple as paying the bills can be a complete struggle. But for these people, buying a new car or a house this instant is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Ever wonder who could be the richest people in the world? Then this video is definitely for you. But before anything else, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more interesting videos like this one. Welcome to Fortune Figures. Without further ado, here are the top 10 lists of people with the most net worth. Number 10. Gautam Adani and family, $90 billion. Gautam Shantila Adani, born on June 24, 1962, is an Indian billionaire, industrialist, and philanthropist. He is the chairman and founder of the Adani Group, an Ahmedabad-based multinational conglomerate involved in port development and operations in India. As of March 3, 2022, he is the richest man in Asia, surpassing Mukesh Ambani with a net worth of $92.9 billion according to Forbes. Ambitious as a young man, he dropped out of school and moved to Mumbai from Ahmedabad to seek his fortunes. He ventured into diamond brokering, where he found great success within years and soon became a millionaire. The Adani Group company that he founded in 1988 is now a major player in coal trading, coal mining, oil and gas exploration, ports, multimodal logistics, and power generation, among others. As expected from his empire, his collection of assets is quite large. He owns luxury cars like BMW, Mercedes, Ferrari, limousine, several jet planes, and real estate properties. Number 9. Steve Ballmer, $93.1 billion. Stephen Anthony Ballmer is an American businessman and investor who served as the chief executive officer of Microsoft from 2000 to 2014. Currently, he is the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers of the National Basketball Association. Steve Ballmer was born on March 24, 1956 in Detroit, Michigan. He studied at Harvard University, where he met and became friends with Bill Gates. He continued his studies at Stanford Graduate School of Business, where he attempted writing screenplays in Hollywood, but soon dropped out to accept offer from Bill Gates to join Microsoft as the 30th employee on June 11, 1980. He was the first business manager Gates ever hired. Ballmer is responsible for shifting Microsoft's attention from the first generation of PCs to pushing his weight behind cloud computing, which is one of the most instrumental ways through which data is stored. He also raised Microsoft's annual revenue from $25 billion to $70 billion, just to put things in perspective. Though he stepped down from the board of directors in 2014, he still retains a large stake in Microsoft stock. Ballmer became the 9th person to reach the exclusive $100 billion net worth club. Combined with his shares from Microsoft and the LA Clippers, it is estimated that he has 2.6 billion valuations, making Steve Ballmer an incredibly wealthy man. Number 8. Larry Ellison, $106.7 billion. Born on August 17, 1944 in New York City, American businessman and entrepreneur Lawrence Joseph Ellison was the co-founder and chief executive officer from the year 1977 to 2014 of the software company Oracle Corporation. Oracle is the software giant that created the first commercially viable relational database. Under his leadership, Oracle grew into the largest supplier of database software and the second largest supplier of business applications in the world. Despite occasional upsets, the company grew steadily until 1992, when its database system, Oracle 7, took off in a major way, moving the company to the top of its field and making Ellison a billionaire. As of December 10, 2021, Ellison was the 9th richest person in the world, with a net worth of $119.5 billion, according to Bloomberg. Ellison has steadily plowed his riches into real estate, amassing a portfolio worth well above $1 billion. In 2012, Ellison purchased the Hawaiian island of Lanai for $300 million, his largest overall investment by far. Number 7. Sergey Brin, $108.2 billion. Sergey Mikhailovich Brin was born in Moscow, Russia on August 21, 1973. He immigrated with his family to the United States at the age of 6 and grew up in Adelphi, Maryland. He is an American business magnate, computer scientist, and internet entrepreneur. Together with Larry Page, he co-founded Google. Brin was the president of Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., until stepping down from the role on December 3, 2014. As a research project at Stanford University, Brin and Page created a search engine that listed results according to the popularity of the pages, after concluding that the most popular result would often be the most useful. They called the search engine Google after the mathematical term Google, which later became the most popular search engine in the world after launching on September 4, 1998. In 2008, Brin bought a 3,500 feet penthouse in New York City's West Village worth $8.5 million. Along with Larry Page, he co-owns Dornier Alphajet and a customized Boeing 767-200, also known as Google Jet. In 2011, Brin acquired a 73-meter yacht called Dragonfly and spent $80 million for it. While in 2014, Page and Brin built a private airport in San Jose worth $82 million. Number 6. Larry Page, $112.3 billion. Lawrence Edward Page is an American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur. He is best known as one of the co-founders of Google, along with Sergey Brin. By 2001, Google was growing with a fiery speediness and making big profits. The company's first public offering was $1.67 billion, which gave it a market capitalization of $23 billion. Page became a multi-billionaire at just 27. As a favorite of shareholders, Google's stock prices rose immensely. In 2006, Google consisted of more than 10,000 employees with annual incomes of over $10 billion and even purchased the most popular website for user-submitted streaming videos, YouTube, for $1.65 billion in stock. In September 2013, Page was ranked number 13 on the Forbes 400 list of the most richest people in America. That October, he also ranked number 17 on Forbes 2013 Most Powerful People list. Larry Page bought a property in Old Palo Alto for a whopping $7.5 million. This home he bought is one of the residences listed on National Historic Places in America, and gradually bought surrounding properties in order to make up an environmentally friendly estate. His luxury collections include private jets, yachts, environmentally friendly motorcycles, and sports cars. Number 5. Warren Buffett, $117.4 billion. Warren Edward Buffett was born on August 30, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska. He began his career as an investment salesperson in the early 1950s and formed Buffett Partnership Limited in 1956, and by 1965 he had assumed control of Berkshire Hathaway, overseeing the growth of a conglomerate with holdings in the media, insurance, energy, and food and beverage industries. Buffett became one of the world's richest man and philanthropist. In 1962, Buffett became a millionaire because of his partnerships, which in January 1962 had an excess of $7,178,500, of which over $1,025,000 belonged to Buffett. He merged these partnerships into one, and that's where his history of investing began. Living and working in Omaha, Nebraska, Buffett has nicknamed the Oracle of Omaha due to his investment selections. In June 2006, Buffett announced his plans to donate his entire fortune to charity. Then in 2010, Buffett and Bill Gates announced that they formed the Giving Pledge campaign to encourage other wealthy individuals to pursue philanthropy. Instead of owning a portfolio of homes, the Oracle of Omaha lives in just one. He paid $31,500 for his house in 1958, or about $250,000 in today's dollars. Unlike typical billionaires, he lives a modest lifestyle. He only recently relinquished his flip phone and reportedly does not even have a computer in his house. Number 4. Bill Gates, $131.1 billion. William Henry Gates III is an American business magnate, software developer, investor, author, and philanthropist. He is a co-founder of Microsoft along with his late childhood friend, Paul Allen. Gates enrolled at Harvard University in the fall of 1973, originally thinking of a career in law. Much of his parents' dismay, Gates dropped out of college in 1975 to pursue his business, Microsoft, with partner Allen. Regardless of their differences, Allen and Gates spent much of their free time together working on programs. That same year, Gates and Allen formed Microsoft, a blend of microcomputer and software. The company's first product was basic software that ran on the Altair computer. It had a rough start, but eventually became popular with computer hobbyists who obtained pre-market copies and were reproducing and distributing them for free. By 1980, Gates struck a deal with IBM to develop software for their personal computers. This proved to be a very big move because when the IBM PC launched in 1981, Microsoft annual revenue skyrocketed to $16 million. Microsoft continued to grow, and in 1995, Bill Gates became the richest man in the world with a net worth of $12.9 billion. In February 2014, Gates announced that he was stepping down as Microsoft's chairman to focus on charitable work at his foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Despite a reputation for philanthropy and frugality, Gates has also made some lavish purchases over the years. He owns a Washington estate worth $127 million, a private airplane, and a luxury car collection. More recently, he dropped $43 million on a 5,800 square feet home in Del Mar, California. Number 3. Bernard Arnault and family, $152.9 billion. Bernard Jean-Étienne Arnault, born on March 5, 1949, is a French businessman, investor, and an art collector. He is the founder, chair, and CEO of the world's largest luxury goods conglomerate, LVMH, which owns about 75 luxury brands, including Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior. Arnault owns 97.5% stake in Christian Dior, which controls 41.2% of LVMH. Arnault ranks among the richest people in the world, according to the 2021 Bloomberg Billionaires Index. On September 6, 2021, he had a real-time net worth of $164 billion, and he sat in third place just above Bill Gates on the list of the richest people globally. In April 2017, Arnault bought out Christian Dior, consolidating control and simplifying the complex brand structure. This deal and record results at LVMH boosted his fortune by $30.5 billion. In the 1980s, Arnault originally took control of Dior's parent company, Financière Agache, for $15 million, an investment of his father's money earned in the construction business. With as much money as he has, it's no surprise he has more homes than he can live in. He owns super yachts, private jets, world-class artworks, and even a private island in the Bahamas. Number 2. Jeff Bezos, $171.4 billion. Jeffrey Preston Bezos, born on January 12, 1964, is an American entrepreneur, media proprietor, investor, computer engineer, and commercial astronaut. The founder, former chief executive officer, and now executive chair of global e-commerce behemoth, Amazon, was responsible for running a platform that accounted for up to 9% of all U.S. retail sales and a whopping 51.2% of digital retail spending in 2020. After graduating summa cum laude from Princeton University in 1986, With degrees in electrical engineering and computer science, he undertook a series of jobs before joining the New York investment bank D.E. Shaw & Co. in 1990. In 1994, he quit D.E. Shaw and moved to Seattle, Washington, to open a virtual bookstore, working out of his garage with a handful of employees. Bezos began developing the software for the site. Named after the South American river, Amazon sold its first book in July 1995. From then, Amazon quickly became the leader in e-commerce. Besides Amazon, Bezos also owns other businesses. The most notable among them are aerospace company Blue Origin, founded in 2000, and one of the world's leading newspapers, The Washington Post, which he bought in 2003 for $250 million. Although Bezos doesn't own swanky cars and has only one private jet, his interest seems to lie in land and buildings. He is one of the biggest private landowners in the US. Bezos owns a Gulfstream G650ER through his holding company, Poplar Glen. The aircraft reportedly cost him $65 million. One of his land purchases is the Jack Warner Estate in Beverly Hills, California, that is worth $165 million. And last but not the least, the richest of them all, Elon Musk, $229.1 billion. Elon Reeve Musk, born on June 28, 1971, is an entrepreneur and business magnate. He has the astonishing portfolio of being the co-founder of PayPal, founder, CEO, and chief engineer of SpaceX, early-stage investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla Incorporated, the founder of The Boring Company, and co-founder of Neuralink and OpenAI. As of 2021, he has an estimated total net worth of $151 billion. His early ventures include Zip2 and X.com, which gave him the capital to become CEO of the online payment system PayPal in 2000. With his continuous fortune, Musk could easily have chosen to retire, but instead, he chose to invest most of his newfound millions into two major separate ventures. The first venture was Tesla Motors, an electric vehicle and clean energy company, which Musk founded in July of 2003 alongside Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. In 2004, Musk made a $6.5 million investment in the company, becoming its largest shareholder and chairman. In 2008, Musk became Tesla's CEO, and the following year, the company began production of its first car model, the Roadster. Fast forward to September 2021, his second venture would be SpaceX, which successfully completed its first orbital launch of an all-private crew. Rather than use the wealth he's attained for leisure, Musk has repeatedly shown the world that he would prefer to spend his money on turning his passion projects into companies that changes the world. Alright, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Tell us about your insights on today's Top 10 Billionaires. Don't forget to share this video and hit that like button and subscribe to our latest updates. Thank you so much, and we will see you again next time.